Hi, this is my first video ever. And I'm Barbie. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Barbi Awake. This will be my well, I'm not going to be able to go on here daily at all, but this is my narcolepsy diary. I have narcolepsy, and narcolepsy is kind of seen as a joke in society because most people have seen it on movies and other things, but narcolepsy, or narcoleptics as we are narcs, some of us like to call ourselves narcs, we're people who don't make a hormone that in the brain that's in everybody else's brain that's for sleeping or waking. We don't have that hormone. So you could stay awake for days or you could sleep for days. I mean, so it's a hard thing to explain if you're not there. People think you're just lazy. I'm just a regular person like you guys, so I'm not going to get technical with this because there are professionals that are on here on YouTube that will explain all those things to you. But I have narcolepsy type 1. This means that I also have cataplexy, which is my muscles just let go and I will fall. And it's kind of scary because you kind of feel weak before I start to feel weak before it starts to happen. But for some people, it's instantaneous. So, I mean, you don't know how everybody's different. Okay, I've been following on Facebook. I'm on a couple of places where there's other people with narcolepsy, and their whole experience is different than mine. So you can't go by what I say. This is only my experience that I'm sharing with you. So I have type 1 with the cataplexy, and my triggers for this are stress or just reading. And I love to read. I've always been a reader. So I know it's kind of crazy, you know, to think about that you could do something that you love so much. For some people, it's laughing or being really happy or something. But for me, it's the opposite. So I have to keep a real level head, you know, and not get all kind of freaked out about anything. Here we are in the COVID crisis. I may be able to get my shot next week, we'll see, for the vaccination. But I believe I actually came down with the narcolepsy at the age of 16 when I got a case of mononucleosis. They called it the kissing disease, or the sleeping disease. So I slept on my bed for 3 months, and I had to sleep on pillows because my body hurt so much. Every muscle, my skin, everything hurt. Well, now I'm 69. This year I'll be 70. In 2021, I'll be 70. And I've had this rare disease for 53 years. My cataplexy began in 2004. And my diagnosis was arrived at by a friend of mine. Teresa took a video of me on my iPhone, not my iPhone, on my iPad. And during an episode of cataplexy, she started taking pictures. And I went to my neurologist, and my neurologist could care less to see it. And they still kept treating me for seizures. So I was on heavy-duty medication. They just kept increasing them and increasing them and increasing them. It was awful. I don't have seizures. I have cataplexy and I have narcolepsy, and they were giving me all these other drugs. So we showed the video to my primary care physician, and he said that I wasn't having seizures. And that's the first time somebody really decided to look at something else. I've been to many neurologists, okay? And so he sent me back to my old neurologist for a sleep study. He says, I think that this will solve it. But he told me when he took me on as a patient, he said he would stick with me until we figured it out. And we did. And he figured it out. And he's awesome. So November 2018, we finally had a diagnosis from the sleep study. So my primary care physician has gotten me on the right medication. So I stopped seeing that other doctor. And so now I live a semi-normal life, okay? And I'm not falling asleep several times a day, and I'm not falling down several times a day, which has been really hard, you know, trying to live. And, you know, I lived by myself, and I'd fall down, and I would have to call my daughter. And when everything goes, how do you dial the phone, you know? I would just hit any buttons and send it to her. That's how, and so she knew if she got a crazy message that I was on the floor somewhere. And she would come in, I would have vomited, everything came up, everything came out of my bowels, everything. And I'm laying in the floor in this. And she'd have to come in and clean me up. We used to send me to the emergency room, but now we know what it is, so I don't have to go anymore, thank God. But it's been very, very frustrating. It took many years, and so many neurologists, you would not believe. Some of them would say, oh, you just bumped your head, go home, you'll be home tomorrow, you'll be better tomorrow. No, I wasn't getting better tomorrow. I wasn't getting better at all, I was getting worse. And they would treat me for all kinds of stuff. They thought I had MS, they thought I had all kinds of stuff. I never went back to those doctors. Just telling you. Be proactive for yourself. If you think something's wrong, don't take a pat answer. Nobody else is going to take care of you. You have to make sure that you are proactive for your own health, because this is, you know, this is serious. People still drive that have narcolepsy. I don't know how many people I've seen that on, oh, I've had another accident. Well, you know what? You're going to kill somebody. You're going to kill yourself. Is it worth it? It's not. We have Lyft. We have Uber driver. We have all kinds of alternatives now. I know. There's no buses that run out where I am. I have no transportation unless I use those services, or if I ask a friend or family member to take me somewhere. Well, anyway, I'm doing this. I'm doing the video. I'm going to show you guys what narcolepsy is all about. And I may look real pretty today. I got on FaceTime and talked with my granddaughter, Juno, my sweet little granddaughter who's only 2. And I will be on here as often as I can, but I can't promise once a week or anything else. It'll be whenever I'm able to do it. But I'm going to show you the things that I can do and what I can't do. I have somebody who helps clean. One of my granddaughters comes in and cleans for me, and I pay her a little bit. I don't have a lot to give her, but bless her heart, she wasn't working through the COVID crisis, so I had to do what I could. I mean, you can't sit around and watch your grandkids, you know, go under. Excuse me. Excuse me, allergies are really bad out here in the desert. So Anyway, so she cleans for me, and then I have the grocery stores deliver my groceries. And I get prepared meals. I get the healthy ones. There's all kinds of them online, or you know, you can look them up online. So I get the healthiest ones I can get. There's all kinds of vegetarian ones and other things, you know, that you can get. And so I don't have to stand in the kitchen and cook, and I love to cook. I used to be a chef, and I love it, but it's a stressor for me now, which we know I can't do. I can't do stressors. So I do that, but I can do some things. I can do some crafts and things, and I crochet, and I have a good life. But I'm going to tell you right now, narcolepsy is no joke.